I'm just gonna go right ahead and say it, I love Juiced 2. It's one of my favorite childhood racing games, but unfortunately there was never a Juiced 3. But why? To answer that, we first need to look at Juiced 1. Released in 2005, it clearly took inspiration from Underground 2, but it did improve on certain aspects of that game. For once, a lot of effort was put into the opponents, all of which had unique personalities and would interact with you pretty much on every race. You also had the respect meter, and by doing different tasks like winning drag races or buying more cars, you would eventually be able to pink slip your opponents or even host races on their turf. It was a simple yet a very unique concept. Add in the fantastic customization options and a progression where you would spend most of the game driving in slower cars, and you had a really fun game, and as a kid, I loved it. The game wasn't quite as successful as Underground 2, but it did do well enough to spawn a sequel, which is gonna be the main topic of this video. As I said, Juiced 2 is one of my favorites, so let's first take a look at why the game worked. Let's talk about the card list first. So, just like Juiced 1, the progression was once again fantastic. This game really focused on the slower cars, but unlike its predecessor, it also added a lot of quicker cars like the Koenigsegg CCX and the Zonda. Juiced 2 has probably my favorite card list of any game ever, as it has a variety of really interesting cars. For example, not many games feature both the Hyundai Tiburon and my ultimate dream car, the Mitsubishi FTO. By progressing through the leagues, you would unlock quicker and quicker cars, but you can also upgrade your cars to race them in the faster leagues. And the customization in this game is just amazing. You can change out bumpers, wheels, add wide body kits, put scissor doors, change out the lights and much more. Not to mention, you can also make your own liveries, and it's a bit pricey by modern standards, but as a kid, I spent hours customizing my favorite cars. The betting was also improved, so before the start of each race you had a chance to check out the drivers you were racing against and bet with them. They once again had a diverse set of personalities and would bet accordingly. Crystal, for example, would always lower your bet by half, and Bobby was a money-making machine as he would always double your bet. Juiced 2 also added drifting, which was absolutely ridiculous but still really fun. Obviously cars don't handle like this in real life. I never whipped my front wheel drive Hyundai into a drift like this, but if you turn off your brain, the drifting in this game is really fun, and while it is difficult to control at first, you can get better with it over time. You could also customize your character in excruciating detail, but come on, I don't play a racing game to play dress up. The DNA system was also new, and just like in the original, you could also create your own racing team, but that wasn't really the strongest aspect of the game. So now we get to the question, why was there never a Juiced 3? Well, keep in mind that this is gonna be just my opinion, so yeah, let's get to the weaker points of the game. Well, there's only really two complaints I have. The first one is in the name, Hot Import Nights. I don't have anything against that establishment, but I'll just be honest, there's way too many boobs in this game. Low quality texture boobs. Let me explain. When I was playing this game as a kid and my mom saw me, she was like, what the fuck is that? Because there's models everywhere in this game. After you win a race, on every single race event, and there's even one in the career menu dancing at all time. Why? It just feels awkward and forced to me. If I wanna see tits, I got the internet, but that's not the biggest issue with Juiced 2. How can I say this? The handling isn't very... The handling sucks. The car is badly controllable, it's super arcadey, and you will hit the wall a lot. It's an issue with slower cars, but it gets much worse in the quicker leagues. You just never feel like you're in control. Drifting, on the other hand, is really fun, but on the regular circuits, which is the only other game mode, is just really disappointing, and it's by far the weakest aspect of Juiced 2. So, here's my theory. Boobs and bad handling killed the Juiced franchise. I still really like the game, but if they put the boob budget into the physics, this game could have been a classic, but as it is, it's merely a pretty great forgotten gem. If you have a chance, I would still recommend it though. So, do you guys agree with me, or did you never play the Juice series at all? Let me know in the comments below, make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you next time. Take care.